First at 4. A 23-year-old out of Shelby Township makes his first court appearance here in Sterling Heights. He's accused of 2 outrageous, frightening abduction attempts. One caught on camera trying to abduct a 7-year-old girl. What happened in court and an amazing conversation with the woman who saved that little girl. First at 4. Karen.
All right, Sean, also we are learning much more about what investigators say happened leading up to the death of actor Matthew Perry. 5 people are now facing criminal charges. Brett.
Exact Track 40 radar showing some rain moving in from the west and southwest, and there's more as we head into the weekend. We're diving into it right now. First at 4.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
All right, let's start here first at 4 with that breaking news out of Macomb County and the charging of the man suspected of trying to kidnap 2 girls in separate incidences. Now, his court appearance coming the same day video is released showing what police say is Andy Bala of Shelby Township actually trying to carry one of those girls away. Sean Lay's been following all the latest developments this afternoon and joins us now with the very latest. Sean.
The very latest to me right now, Karen, is that all parents and everyone with family, loved ones need to watch this video here at 4, 5, and 6 on Local 4. It's unbelievable. And also listen to the aunt of the 7-year-old who saved that little 7-year-old. She is remarkable, going into what she calls warrior mode. Let's first get to that video. Break this down for you. This is a 23-year-old man you're going to see on your screen. He's from Shelby Township. More about him in a moment, but keep your eye on him. He's in that light-colored shirt. This is the Clinton River Park North entrance. There is a 7-year-old girl on her bike. He snatches her off the bike. He's running with her, putting her in his car. He's trying to leave with that 7-year-old. Her aunt goes after him and goes after that little girl, slows him down, fights him off, saving her niece. More on that in a moment. Let me take you inside court here. Andy Bala, 23 years old from Shelby Township, hit today with multiple felonies here and hit with multiple felonies from an attempted abduction of a teen 1 hour before the video you just saw, the 7-year-old who was snatched off her bike. Now listen, I just spoke with the girl's aunt who saved her little niece, going into what she calls warrior mode.
I just knew, and there's no way. I had no idea. I could not let her go. There's no way I could have let her go.
What did you do?
I dove through the windshield. I dove through the driver window, and I just held on the steering wheel.
There's much more to what she has to say about what she did, Karen. Absolutely remarkable. One of the strongest people I've ever really spoken with. Amazing. Much more on the guy who was in court here and his criminal background. What's up with him? Coming up at 5 o'clock. So we've got a lot to go through. Back to you.
Sean, this video is so hard to watch. I know, we both have kids. My kid's on the bike all the time. I always make sure that they're in a group. But seriously, I've never seen something like this where he actually just literally went and pulled her right off the bike.
This was supposed to be a beautiful day, and it was, with Aunt and her son, who's 8, on a bike, the 7-year-old little girl, niece, on a bike. Now listen to this. Alicia, who you just saw there, I'm not going to say her last name because her niece is a victim of crime here. She was on rollerblades. You don't see her in the video, but she is so close. They had just come back from their ride. So her son is there. This guy walks up and grabs her. I'll tell you what the son did also. He's hurt in all of this. Wow. He's only 8. And more about what Alicia did, too, while on rollerblades. It blows me away.
Yeah, it's so scary. All right, we'll check back with you for more tonight at 5. We appreciate it. Thanks, Sean. All right, let's talk a little bit about our weather. We've got some rain in the forecast. Brett Collar is in for Kim with what to expect starting in just a few hours. So does that mean soccer practice is canceled, or?
I think that they'll be all right. Their cleats may get a little wet at times this evening, but nothing to cancel your plans about. But go ahead and keep the umbrellas handy if you're going to be out this evening. Exact Track 40 radar. Most of us are dry, but you can see some light rain, even a couple of pockets of moderate rain in parts of Lenawee County near Adrian, also out towards Jackson as well. This is not falling all that heavy, but it is still a little bit of an inconvenience. There, though, is more showers and thunderstorms back out to the west and southwest. For this evening, it's really just going to be rain, but as we head into tomorrow, a better chance for a few rumbles of thunder. But this evening, just keep the umbrella with you if you're going to be out. Again, though, this weekend, more rain and maybe a few rumbles of thunder. We'll talk about that in just a bit.
Right. Our other big story this afternoon, the investigation into Matthew Perry's death has actually led to criminal charges against 5 people, including 2 doctors and Perry's former live-in personal assistant. As you recall, Perry died of an accidental overdose of ketamine last October. Now, he was found face down in a hot tub at his California home. He'd been undergoing ketamine infusion therapy as a treatment for depression and anxiety. Investigators say when his regular doctors refused to prescribe it in the amounts that he wanted, Perry then turned to 2 doctors who are now facing charges today, and in one instance paid $2,000 for a vial of ketamine that cost one of the doctors $12.
These defendants took advantage of Mr. Perry's addiction issues to enrich themselves. They knew what they were doing was wrong. They knew what they were doing was risking great danger to Mr. Perry, but they did it anyways. In the end, these defendants were more interested in profiting off Mr. Perry than caring for his well-being.
Aside from the 2 doctors, the other people charged in the case include a reputed drug dealer known as the Ketamine Queen, whom investigators say sold that fatal dose, as well as a go-between who helped Perry get the drug, and Perry's personal assistant, who is accused of injecting the actor with ketamine on the day that he died. Vice presidential candidates Tim Walz and J.D. Vance have agreed to an October 1st debate hosted by CBS. Governor Walz accepted the invitation yesterday, posting on social media, "See you on October 1st, J.D." Senator Vance confirmed his participation with a similar social media post today, adding that he also accepts an invitation from CNN to debate on September 18th. We've got some new data in today. It's showing retail sales are actually suddenly booming across the United States. The Department of Commerce said today sales at retailers surged by more than 1% from June to July, exceeding economists' predictions of 0.3%. Officials say while retail sales are not adjusted for inflation, they do make up a large amount of the overall spending in the U.S. Experts say it's the economy's latest show of strength in the face of several economic hurdles suffocating consumers. Meantime, the White House says price cuts are coming on 10 of Medicare's most popular and costliest drugs. This is the list posted today on President Biden's social media accounts. It claims recent negotiations with drug companies will knock between 38 and 79% off the list price of these drugs, which are used by millions of older Americans to manage things like diabetes, blood cancers, and prevent heart failure or blood clots. We are going to post this list at clickondetroit.com, make it a little easier for you to see. You can go back and forth and check it out and see how that perhaps might affect you and your family. Should be noted, by the way, the list price is the cost of the meds before any discounts or rebates, not the price people actually pay, which is determined by pharmacies. White House says this could save older adults as much as $1.5 billion total in out-of-pocket medication costs, but they did not explain exactly how they arrived at that number. Drug companies have fought to stop the bartering on prices and put out a statement today calling it a political move that will lead to higher costs to Americans in other ways. The new prices go into effect 2026. Taylor Swift returning to the stage in London amid some heightened security. Now, it comes after her show was canceled last week in Vienna when an Islamic State-inspired attack was foiled. British police say there's nothing to indicate that events in Vienna would impact her show. So you can imagine, though, security is tight. Swift is set to take the stage at Wembley Stadium in London for 5 days before she brings her tour back to the U.S.